Good morning, children. Today we are going to continue the third level. As you know, he wanted to go to Galesburg and he went to the ticket window. As the clerk calculated the fare, he looked at Charlie's fancy headband. Charlie just had enough for one sided journey. Just as he took out money, the clerk informed that this is not the acceptable legal tender. And by any chance, if he tried to be smart, he won't be able to get away with it. He glanced at his cash drawer and realized that currency used back then was different and almost double the size. He ran out because he did not want to go to jail. He could be arrested for the fake currency, and it was not at all good to be in jail even in 1894. And that was that. The day ended after he came out. The next day, he went to withdraw his entire savings because he was so sure that he will visit the third level once again. And he converted his entire savings into old money by paying some amount of premium. It cost him much and even worried his psychiatrist friend, but he still went with it. Back then, he was sure that these were enough for living in Galesburg because at the time eggs were 13 cents a dozen in 1894. But unfortunately, he could never find the way to the third level corridor again, despite hard efforts. His wife, Louisa, was pretty worried when she got to know about it all. After a while, he went back to finding distraction with the help of stamps. He once again moved to his stamp collection, and somehow Sam, the psychiatrist, disappeared out of the blue. Nobody knows. Nobody knew where he had gone. But Charlie was sure, Charlie suspected that he had gone to Galesburg. Because when he used to tell about Galesburg to Sam, he was very exciting and he wanted to go to that place. And he liked the sound of the place and he was sure that he must be there in 1894. But he had no proof. But one night, Charlie came across a first day cover. You know what it is? It is an envelope with a stamp on it, and that stamp collectors mail to themselves on the first day of its sale to mark the date. There are just blank paper inside it, and it is not mean to open a first day cover because it is only for the authentication of date and time and the authentication of the stamps. So on the day when he was looking into his stamp collection, he found something weird that could have the proof of the third level. Now his wife also became sure that third level existed and both of them were looking for that third level. That night, among his first day covers, they were the oldest. He found one that should not have been there. But there it was. It was there because someone had mailed it to his grandfather at his home in Galesburg. As he saw from the address on the envelope. The postmark showed that it had been there since July 18, 1894. The stamp had a picture of President Garfield on it. It was a 6-cent dull brown color stamp. His grandfather had put it in his stamp collection, and the Charlie now discovered it. Children, it may seem to be unrealistic how there are some questions how this first takeover got into his stamp collection. And there are some among you who cannot believe on the story, but you should understand that this story is the science fiction and it tells about the fantasy plus reality. From this first day old cover, he had now proof that third level existed and it was not an illusion. Even you will come to know, even his friend Sam had reached there. Although apparently he did not believe in his story, in his explanation of the third level, but somewhere in his heart he knew that it existed and he tried and he got the third level. Because what Charlie found in his old stamp cover, it is a letter from Sam from the third level. We will read further in the next video. Thank you.